we left Commander Video, his courageous contingent of charismatic compatriots was in hot pursuit of the fiendish Timbletot as they chased him into a realm above realms called the Hypersphere.
The best series ever to grace WiiWare has now come to the Wii U. Actually, it's come to several platforms, but now more than ever, BitTrip feels more at home on a Nintendo system. But to be honest, it's better on Nintendo system too. Commander Video is back, and BitTrip presents Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. Long title short, this game's awesome, you guys.
Confused and companionless, our hero ponders his current position. The only thing that remains clear to him now is that he has fallen prey to a vulgar scheme full of villainy, which he must vanquish.
So what's BitTrip, and why is it presenting? Well, BitTrip was a series of 6 games released to WiiWare from 2009 to 2011. The unique thing about BitTrip was that each game was an entirely different genre. BitTrip Runner is a runner, BitTrip Fate is a shoot-'em-up, BitTrip Void is a mind f***, but they all had the same approach. Take a genre, give it a pre-NES style, and turn it into a rhythm game. Sort of a weird idea, but it's also a brilliant idea. The games were great, some of the best on Wii, let alone WiiWare. And even though the original series is over, BitTrip is back for more. And as you'd expect, it's once again doing something different. Runner 2 is a direct sequel to the original BitTrip Runner. And at least in terms of its functionality, it's actually very similar. This is a side-scrolling runner, like a platformer on autopilot. Commander Video runs forward automatically, so all you have to do is jump, and dodge, and bounce, and block, and slide. Actually, there's a lot you have to do, and as with the original runner, it all contributes to the game's fantastic soundtrack. With every successful duck, every enemy kicked, makes music. So, from a gameplay perspective, it's actually the same idea that made the first game great. The difference is, with Runner 2, it's just much, much bigger. The levels are far more elaborate, filled with hidden extras and secret exits. There are more characters, there are unique worlds, which is one of the biggest changes in Runner 2. It's not a throwback anymore. It's actually found its own style. So, yes, sadly, the pixelated retro look is gone, save for a few bonus levels you can access by finding hidden Famicom cartridges, but that's part of the charm. The game still oozes retro love. It just places it in a more modern context. The levels have this beautiful kind of weirdness, not unlike a Tim Burton kind of vibe. It's really colorful, somewhat demented, and the presentation is just much bigger. I mean, it's even narrated by the voice of Mario, no less.
Realizing the gravity of the situation, Commander Video plummets back through the layers of a once-known reality and into the soft, bulbous bosom of a new one.
Of course, the hypnotic gameplay, the slick presentation, I mean, that's present on all the versions of Runner 2. But to be honest, there aren't that many differences between the platforms. But the Wii U version does have 2 nice advantages. One, it has shorter loading times than the Xbox version, and more importantly, you can play the entire game on the gamepad, which frees up the television screen. And for a game this addictive, that's really useful for avoiding living room disputes. The BitTrip games are one of the best reasons to own a Wii, and the series is picking up right where it left off on Wii U. Runner 2 is everything that made the first game so great, but more stuff, more creativity, more awesome. If you have a Wii U, you need Runner 2.